This is Smooth Parachuting solution to mandatory assignment number 2, Solution Design. In mandatory 1, Situation Analysis, we observed several pain points in the current process. Long lead time from a customer wanting to create an account to the account actually being created. A lot of handovers between the two advisors. And lastly, that there was a lot of trust in the regular Danske Bank advisor, but the DAFO advisor was more unknown, and some customers may find it concerning making such decisions over the phone with an advisor that they have never met. In coming up with a solution to our findings, we decided to make 2 solutions. One that was a business process reengineering solution and one continuous process management solution. In the activity scenarios, Activity Scenario 1 describes the business process reactivity scenario describes the continuous process management solution. Executive summary: Smooth Parachuting. At Smooth Parachuting, we have the idea that can help Danske Bank succeed with their new product, GavePlus. Our idea describes the process of tomorrow's GavePlus, which helps with one of Danske Bank's biggest pain points in regards to GavePlus, the lead time. Lisa, a 55-year-old accountant, loves her new grandchild and wants to create the best circumstances for him in the future. Thus, Lisa thinks about creating a traditional child savings account. But after a discussion with her colleague, she's intrigued by the thought of combining child savings accounts with investment. Lisa, who is used to use multiple electronic devices in order to get information, searches the internet for potential providers of such a service. However, Lisa is not satisfied with her results. Many banks have the service that Lisa is looking for, but Lisa is deeply unsatisfied with the amount of information about the products and the lack of transparency in regards to investment. Further, it is important for Lisa, who has a tight schedule, that it is possible to create such an account without the necessity of multiple meetings. Thus, Lisa feels she lacks the appropriate advice on the product and gets lost and bored with the bank's webpage with nothing but text and little innovation. Jørgen, a 45-year-old advisor at Danske Bank, loves to serve his local customers. Jørgen puts a lot of effort into pleasing them and providing the best possible solution for his local clients. However, Jørgen have discovered that many of the customers that he has advised to open a GavePlus account have been unsatisfied with the long lead time before the account is created. Jørgen is afraid that this will aggravate his relationship with the local customers, thus creating mistrust to him and his advice. Jørgen wished that it was possible to find a solution for the long lead time so he can strengthen his service for his customers. At Smooth Parachuting, we understand the needs and demands from Lisa and Jørgen in relation to their financial solution. We are at the forefront of creating innovative solutions for the banking sector, and we have specialized in understanding and solving complex issues in relation to online financial solutions. Our solution in regards to GavePlus is to create one specific platform for GavePlus. In this solution, the customer gets all of its information from one place, and it is possible to create an account in just a matter of a few minutes. Further, instead of multiple meetings with different advisors, we have a solution to meet the need of the modern tight schedule. One meeting with both a normal advisor and a DAFO advisor. On the platform, the customer will have the full overview of the accounts and their portfolio of investments. With the solution from Smooth Parachuting, Danske Bank will once again show the financial sector that they are in the forefront in relation to innovation.
This is Lisa. Lisa is an accountant who has a grandchild named Michelle, who she would like to support by creating some kind of savings account. After having discussed with her good friend and colleague about the possibility of creating the best circumstances for her grandchild, Lisa decides to further explore the product at her bank, Danske Bank. Lisa thinks about opening a traditional børneopsparing account, but after the talk with her good friend, she is intrigued by the possibility of a Gave Plus account. Lisa's friend has told her about the product, how it is an investment. Even though her friend has never tried to invest in anything before, she got good help from the advisors at Danske Bank. Though Lisa, who works as an accountant, is used to be skeptical and critical about investing money, she wants to examine this product further by herself. She thinks about scheduling a meeting at her local bank, but feels that this is too time-demanding. Therefore, she wants to find information about the product online. Thus, Lisa goes to Danske Bank's webpage. Lisa selects the Gave Plus and is transferred to a new platform that is only about Gave Plus. Here, Lisa reads about the product and how it is different from a traditional savings account. That a traditional child savings account will be a long to medium saving, while investment in shares and investing papier is related to a risk that traditional savings account is not, but the risk often gives higher return. Lisa is happy that Danske Bank has listed the pros and cons of the product, and she finds this transparent and important for her trust in the product. Lisa finds a Q&A that lists the most common questions, and she finds the answer to many of her own questions. Further, an online chat function is at hand if necessary to answer the immediate questions from the visitor. Lisa is satisfied with the information she found on the Gave Plus platform, and she wants to use a day or two to think about the product. After a couple of days, Lisa decides that she wants to create the account. Prior to the experience on the Gave Plus platform, Lisa thought that she had to go to the physical bank to create such an account. But Lisa saw that this is possible to start the creation of such an account online in just some minutes. Thus, Lisa goes to the Gave Plus platform and opens an account by entering in the information about the child who the account is for, and finalizes it by signing it with NemID. After Lisa has created the account, the system opens a calendar and asks Lisa to choose an available day that she can have an online video chat meeting with Danske Bank. The purpose of this meeting is to choose one or more investment portfolios to invest in, and for Lisa to read and sign mandatory documentation entailing that she understands the risks involved in investing. In this view, she has the choice of choosing between having the meeting with both her Danske Bank advisor and the Danske Forvaltning advisor, the DAFO advisor, or only have the meeting with the DAFO advisor. Lisa decides to meet with only the DAFO advisor. An email confirms the scheduled meeting along with a link to the video chat for her to open on the day of the meeting. Lisa was worried that this process would be long and torturous, but she is very satisfied that she only has to attend one single meeting with the DAFO advisor. The day of the meeting arrives. Lisa finds the email in her inbox and opens the link to the video chat. The DAFO advisor, David, joins the video chat at 11 o'clock sharp and begins the meeting. David, the advisor, begins the meeting by going through the agenda of the meeting and asks if Lisa has any questions to begin with. Lisa has no questions and only says that she's very interested to see the different investment opportunities. David, the advisor, begins presenting the different portfolios categorized by risk. After a discussion between the two, Lisa decides that she would like to split her investment and choose two different portfolios. One of them has high risk and the other has medium risk, and she splits her investment 40-60 between the two. Next, David, the advisor, tells Lisa that in her inbox in the Gave Plus platform, she has now received the mandatory documentation for her to read and sign. He explains the documentation in short, and that when she has signed it, he will finalize the rest of the work and the account will be active in 1 to 3 days. The meeting is now over and Lisa finds the documentation in the platform, reads it and signs it. A notification is then sent to David, who finalizes the investment portfolio. Lastly, an account creation verification is sent to Lisa. Lisa receives this account creation verification in her inbox in the Gave Plus platform and she's very happy that the account is now created. End of this activity scenario. Let's hope I didn't fuck it up.
This is Anna. Anna is a customer at Danske Bank. She's 34 and has a son, Jason, who is 10 years old. As is normal for a lot of parents in Denmark, Anna wants to create a savings account for her son for him to receive when he turns 21. To find out how to create such an account, Anna has been looking for information online, and she finds that there are several types of child saving accounts. Amongst the options, she finds the Danske Gave Plus. However, she has no knowledge about investing, and she feels she needs to talk it over with someone she trusts that can guide her and give her the information she needs. Thus, she books an informal meeting with her advisor at Danske Bank, Michael, who has advised her on several financial matters in the past. As aforementioned, she has no knowledge about investing, and even though she is intrigued by the concept, she is also uncertain and worried about the risk connected to investing. Money that is meant for Jason when he turns 21. On a Monday afternoon after work, she meets with her Danske Bank advisor at his office. Michael, the advisor, is very happy that she is both thinking of creating such an account and that she takes time to come and discuss it with him. He is very excited about Danske Gave Plus and the concept of being able to save for your child by investing in portfolios. He explains the pros and cons with opening such an account, and especially focusing on the fact that interest rates for normal savings accounts are very low and that she will have a much higher return on investment if she decides on a Gave Plus account. As Michael has given Anna good advice in the past and she feels like she can trust him, she decides that creating a Danske Gave Plus account is the best solution, and she is much more relaxed about the concept of investing in general. Michael informs Anna that in order to create the account, she has to attend another meeting where all the practical parts of creating the account will take place. Further, he explains that in this meeting there will be a DAFO advisor present. In this meeting, she has to read and sign a few mandatory documents that are required by law, and she has to decide on an investment portfolio. He further explains that she can decide whether or not she wants to meet with both him, Michael, and the DAFO advisor, or just the DAFO advisor. Since Anna feels safer talking about these things with Michael present, she decides to book a meeting with both advisors, since she would also like Michael to be aware of the choices being made in this matter. Anna and Michael decide on a time together where all three can meet, and finds that Thursday afternoon fits for everyone. Michael tells Anna to bring her NEM ID card when she comes back on Thursday, as she has to sign the mandatory documentation electronically with e-signature. Thursday arrives. Anna is back at Danske Bank in a meeting with Michael and Terry, the DAFO advisor. The meeting starts off with Terry, who gives a short description of what will happen in this meeting. They start off by together filling in the basic account creation details, where Terry asks the questions and Anna provides the information. Next, Terry presents the different portfolios categorized by risk and gives some information on what the different risk levels mean. Anna decides on one portfolio that has medium risk. Lastly, Terry hands Anna an iPad with the mandatory documentation for Anna to read and sign with her NEM ID. Terry and Michael go for a cup of coffee and leaves Anna in peace to read and sign the mandatory documentation. Anna reads and signs the documentation. The meeting is now over, and Anna is very happy with finalizing the account creation all in one meeting. She feels calm and safe about the decision they made together, and that she can go back to her daily routine. Terry tells her that within 1 to 3 days the account will be active and that she will receive an email with this confirmation. All the practical tasks have now been completed, and all that is left for the DAFO advisor is to finalize a few things on his own in order to set up the investment. After a few days, Anna gets an email with the account creation verification. Anna can now log on onto the Gave Plus platform and get an overview of the portfolio. In this video, I will go through our to-be model. The whole process starts with a customer who wants GaberPlus. And we're going to start with the upper part of it, where the customer wants to use the online version. And here he can choose between using his mobile device or his computer. Through the device, he will use his mobile application, and through the computer, he will use the web page. When he's into this platform, he can create an account, and then he signs it with MID to be able to finalize it. And in the end, he asks for a meeting regarding investment portfolio choices. Backtracking down to a customer who wants to meet in person, he or she schedules an approach with the use of a phone, or he or she goes to the local bank, or he or she sends an email. The customer schedules a meeting, and then the customer participates in a meeting. This meeting is then between the customer and the advisor. In this meeting, the account is created in the same way as shown above. And now we're back to the point where we ask for a meeting regarding investment portfolio choices. Here, the customer can decide how many advisors. If the customer wants to have a meeting with both the advisors or only the DAFO advisor. The next part of the process is started by the DAFO advisor, who presents the portfolio, the investment portfolios, to the customer. Next, the customer chooses one or more investment portfolios to invest in. And then we move down to the DAFO advisor, who writes this down. Then the DAFO advisor presents and explains the documents for the customers to sign. The customer signs the documents with e-signature. After 1 to 3 days, this should be finalized, and the DAFO advisor finalizes the investment portfolio. The normal advisor checks up on the progress. If everything is not okay, he contacts the DAFO advisor, and he goes in the loop until this check is done. If everything is okay, it will move forward. The advisor will send the account creation verification to the customer, and the customer will receive it, and thus the process ends.